Hello dear students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and fantastic. So this is Rahul Latkar. I am here again in this video to explain the another subtopic of our chapter which is going on in the online learning program, that is power sharing. So I am here to explain you another subtopic of the chapter power sharing, that is forms of power sharing. In the last 5 videos we have discussed different topics of this chapter, and in this video we are going to discuss, this is the last topic from this chapter, and it is also the very most important topic. We are not going to deal the forms of power sharing completely in this video. In this video we are going to discuss only two forms of the power sharing, and in the next video we will be discussing another two forms of the power sharing, and in the after that, in the another video, we will be discussing the important questions from this chapter. I hope you all are watching the videos on YouTube, the links which we are sharing. You all are observing that videos, you all are taking the notes, you all are reading the textbook, and you all are maintaining the record of the notes also. Okay, so today we are going to discuss the forms of the power sharing. So up till now, whatever we have learned, you must have come to know from that power sharing is very most important. Yes, in any democracy, if the country wants to keep it in a democratic manner, so in any democracy, power sharing is very important aspect. Okay, so when the power will be shared, then there will not be any kind of problems, or we can say then there will not be any kind of clashes between the people. We have seen the example of Belgium accommodation, Belgium model of power sharing. Okay, so in the same way, by considering all the aspects in the country as well, we have adopted the power sharing forms. So these are the two different forms of the power sharing. Okay, so first is power sharing among different organs of the government. First form of the power sharing among different organs of the government. Now different organs of the government, we all are knowing that legislature, executive and judiciary. These are the organs of the government: legislature, executive and judiciary. This is the power sharing in the horizontal manner. That's why we can say it a horizontal distribution of power. Yes, we all are knowing that you have seen in the 9th standard textbook about the legislature, executive and judiciary. Legislature, whosoever are the elected representatives, they are going and sitting, that are coming under the legislature. Those who are executing the decisions taken by the legislature, they are executive. Ministers are coming in the executive. Along with that, we have seen the two different types of executives in standard 9th. Okay, so in that we are knowing the permanent executives, those who are giving the examinations, and from that they are joining the various departments of the government and working on the government policies, means they are implementing whatever the decisions are taken by the legislature. Okay, that we have seen already in standard 9th. Now third form is judiciary. We all know what is judiciary, court and all that things come under the judiciary. So this is the पावर डिवाइडेड एट स्पेसिफिक लेवल. ये तीनों भी एक ही लेवल पे है, लेकिन इनकी पावर क्या हो गई है, डिवाइड हो गई है. लेजिस्लेचर को अलग टास्क है, एग्जीक्यूटिव को अलग टास्क है, जुडिशरी को अलग टास्क है. दे ऑल आर एट सेम लेवल. ओके, अब ये लेजिस्लेचर, एग्जीक्यूटिव, जुडिशरी वाला सेंट्रल पे भी रहेगा, स्टेट पे भी रहेगा, बराबर है, लेकिन ये एक स्टेबल मैनर में रहेंगे. पावर वो शेयर की जा रही है. इनको स्पेसिफिक अधिकार दिए हैं, इनको स्पेसिफिक अधिकार दिए हैं, इनको स्पेसिफिक अधिकार जो है वो दिए गए हैं. सो इट मींस व्हाट, द पावर इज गेटिंग शेयर्ड इन द हॉरिजॉन्टल मैनर. दैट्स व्हाई इट इज आल्सो कॉल्ड एज हॉरिजॉन्टल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ पावर. Okay, now this system of the power sharing is also called as system of checks and balance. System of checks and balances is developed due to this kind of power sharing. Now how system of checks and balances? So you all are knowing that judiciary is having the right to ask the questions to legislature and executive as well. In case if any of the person from the executive, right from the minister or any of the officer or official person, if he commits any kind of the crime or he did anything wrong, so in that case judiciary is having right to ask the questions to those who are coming under this category. They are having the check and balance, and that's why this kind of power sharing is also called as system of checks and balances. Okay, system of checks and balances is developed in this kind of power sharing. Understood, children? I hope it is understood by you all. These all are the important points. First form of the power sharing among different organs of the government. Okay, now let us move towards the another form of the power sharing, and that is power sharing among different levels of government. Power sharing among different levels of the government. Now various different levels are there of the government. So power sharing among different levels of the government. This you all are knowing that this is called as vertical distribution of power. Power is divided vertically over here, and here horizontally it was divided. So at the same level different powers were divided, so it is called a horizontal distribution of power. Here vertical distribution of power is seen, power sharing among different levels of the government. First level central, second state and third local level. सेंट्रल में क्या बोलेंगे हम कि जो हमारा सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट रहेगा, प्राइम मिनिस्टर एंड ऑल दैट थिंग्स. ओके, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, चीफ मिनिस्टर एंड ऑल. लोकल सरपंच वगैरह हम लेंगे लोकल गवर्नमेंट. सो सेंट्रल, स्टेट एंड लोकल म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशंस एंड ऑल कमिंग इन लोकल. So this way the vertically power is divided. Whatever the decisions are to be taken for whole country, central level that decision will be taken. Specific decision for particular state will be taken in the state level, and local decisions, it is said that local body is made so that the native people of that particular village or the city, they know more about their own problems, so that are to be taken into consideration, and for that purpose this local was formed. So local level of distribution of power. So this is what the federal division of power is. It is called as the federal division of power, and it is only also called as federalism, which is the title of our second chapter of power, second chapter of political science. After the power sharing, the second chapter of political science, the name of that chapter is federalism. Okay, so this is what the federal division of power. So these are the two forms of the power sharing. First form of power sharing among different organs of the government. In that, legislature, executive, judiciary. It is also called as horizontal distribution of power, and system of checks and balances is developed. Whereas in the second form of the power sharing among different levels of government, vertical distribution of power, it is called as vertical distribution of power. Central, state and local. And federal division of power, this is called as federal division of power. System of federalism is developed, we can see. So these are the two forms of the power sharing. This way the power is shared. Now after this also there are two more forms of the power sharing, which we are going to see in one more video. Two more forms of the power sharing. Power sharing, total four forms are there. Out of that, two forms of the power sharing we have discussed in this video. In the next video, we will be discussing about another two forms of the power sharing, and one more video we will be making. In that, we will be discussing about the important questions from this chapter. I hope these forms of the power sharing are clear to you all. I hope you all are reading the textbook. You all are trying to understand, watching the videos very carefully. So this is all for this video, dear students of standard 10th. Here we have completed two forms of the power sharing. In the next video, another two forms of the power sharing. Thank you.